Hey people, what's up? Thanks for tuning into the channel. We're talking about the NFC North today. We're going to outline some players for you, fringe players, guys that can help you win this year, guys you're not thinking about. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Hit him with that slow fade.
Who's introducing the show?
I thought you were introducing the show.
Why do you think that?
It's what we did last week.
But the last show,
We trialed me last
this week,
How'd that turn out?
You started. Hey, anyways,
Actually, I think
Do you want to just, we could redo it.
what kind of shit show is it? No, I like that. Let's
Okay.
go with it.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey,
I'll cut this
welcome
out.
to the
I think the
ultimate.
show that I actually introduced is our highest viewed show.
Yeah, but not because
of you.
In spite of you.
No.
Welcome
We would probably
to
get demonetized because of you. But
welcome to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. Back with my friends, and this is honestly, as much as we talk crap to each other, it's one of the highlights of my week.
Same,
As I always say,
samesies.
we enter into the studio. I'm not worried about kids, not serving chicken, just kind of nice and relaxing. I'm talking about the thing I like to talk about almost more than anything else.
football.
Oats and ho. No,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Well,
sorry.
football.
Yeah, football.
So talking about fantasy football. So set us up. Who are we talking about this week? And let's get arguing.
Set us up again.
Set us up again. NFC North.
The
This is
Norris.
who we're talking
The
about.
NFC Norris. The NFC Norris division. So
Oh,
It's
fantastic.
the second worst division in the league.
yeah, I agree.
Some may call it America's division.
Well, people call things lots of things. I mean,
We know that.
The Midwest division, the
Minnesota.
division of clogged artery division.
yeah,
Let's go with that.
Minnesota, you're basically Canada.
Let's go eat. Let's go eat beer and
A bunch
I mean,
of sausage.
cheese and pretzels.
Yeah, Chicago.
You know what? We should do an episode on the best food division. I bet it be between like the NFC East
that'll be
and the
good.
NFC North.
That'll be good for our secondary show coming out really soon here called we think it's going to be called the Pop Culture Draft.
Yeah.
And I do think you're right. Top football cities, maybe.
No, football food. City.
Football food,
Football
yeah.
food
Cities.
divisions.
Yeah.
I think is what he said.
Let's do
That's
it.
actually pretty. Yeah, that's a pretty.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good, right?
Well, I think
Every once
NFC
in a
North
while.
for sure leads the league in cardiac.
Every 20
Disease.
shows, he has a good idea. Every 20 shows, he has a good idea. So,
Well, you got, at the rate he spits them out, you got to hit once in a while.
yeah. Well,
Bud Light. Suck
Suck
one.
one. High volume leads to more gems.
all right. Yeah.
It's just how it works, man.
I think it's more bourbon leads to
Yeah, that's
more
probably what
something
it is.
out of you, but
kids.
so
He's
Maybe.
not shy about that.
So we have this big industrial sized bourbon bottle, and pretty much Mark's the only drinker. And about every 2 shows, we're having to get another one.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure by now, Rocky, we've all seen that 2-minute edited version of how we highlighted a possible problem.
Yes.
yeah, well,
That's true. I forgot about
And
that.
it did not center
saying some
around
wild
this
stuff.
fella.
You're saying some wild stuff.
Some wild turkey stuff.
spitting the truth. But I think at some point, I hope to see a clip of you two, because,
Oh, yeah. Well,
been-
his clip was the last one.
well, I will say this. I do carry more than my share of the comedy load on this show, for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm the funny one, for sure.
And whatever you got to tell yourself.
No,
man.
I mean, it's...
You
being
are
told
to-
that.
But are they
humor
laughing with you or laughing at you?
Oh, no, laughing. They're laughing with me.
Okay.
Laughing.
You are
Around
to
me.
humor on this show as the Cleveland Browns are to America.
Now, let me ask you this: when
12
you
and
say
12
people
and
are
6.
when these people that are telling you, these people do they happen to be like your wife and
No, it's like
Your
your wife,
daughter.
your wife.
my wife wouldn't talk to you
You have
ever.
a text chat
Yeah.
to other spouses. You guys didn't know about that? I don't know. My bad. No. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spill the grapes there.
Spilled the grapes.
Still the grapes.
Comedy gold right there. Comedy gold.
And we're laughing with you.
Yeah. Just saying. I don't know.
I'm very important. I have many leather-bound books,
What I'm trying to say
and
is
my apartment
respect my
smells
intelligence,
of rich mahogany.
Hey, if you got to talk about it.
my humor.
All right, let's talk about these Bears.
Do we have to start with the Bears?
Yeah, I mean, they're the
Starting with the
easiest ones
bottom?
to talk about. Yeah.
So legitimately, are they the last place team in this division?
Absolutely not.
No.
Not
don't
even
think so.
close.
I want to
They're
say
not
that
as good
to
as the
bother him.
Vikings.
I know. You
They're
want
the
to
Not
say
as
third.
good as the Packers.
They're the third.
no. They're better than the Vikings.
No, they're not.
All the-
No, they're not.
How can you say that?
Yeah.
With a
Look at
straight
last
face?
season.
So what?
They're a better team than
They're not a
and
better team than the Vikings.
They
The
got
Vikers have
they
Kirk
got
Vikers?
stronger.
freaking Cousins.
They got stronger. They
we have to see it on the field.
You got
Mark. Come on.
You'll
Andy,
see it.
Andy Dalton.
We ain't worried about Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton was good, what, 2008, 2007?
Was he ever?
I think he was solid then, but
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
anyway.
pretty good. Don't come on.
Well, maybe no, I would only say I would argue that only in AJ's early seasons.
That's fair.
Oh, so what? Yeah.
Okay, so let's
you go.
talk about who we talking about, and first of all, who are the
Best Bears QB ever.
yeah
Andy Dalton.
Best Bears
Sad.
QB ever has yet to play.
sad, but yeah, you really had who is your best historical QB, and please don't tell me.
Sid Luckman,
Yeah, okay, it would have to be because I thought you were gonna
McMahon.
McMahon.
which okay,
Sexy
right there.
Rexy.
Or yeah,
I,
Rex Grossman.
I thought
wow.
I hate Grossman with a passion, dude.
Yeah.
That whole
He
tandem,
brought you to a Super Bowl, buddy.
yeah. And did you see how we lost that Super Bowl? 3 interceptions thrown solely
You
off
wouldn't-
his back
You
foot.
wouldn't
It
have
was
been there if
awful.
it wasn't for him.
No, we would have because he and Orton split time that year too.
Orton was
Kyle
Orton's like Fitzpatrick, but not as good.
They're all like that. I told you, man.
All right,
There's a
I
requirement
don't want
to
to
be a
talk
Bears
about this thing
quarterback.
this much. All right,
So-
let's talk about Tariq Cohen.
Well, let's talk about this first. Allen Robinson,
Oh, okay.
we're
Yeah.
drafting him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And David Montgomery.
Monty,
We're
you're
we're
drafting too.
those two. We feel comfortable.
Overrated.
Monty,
Yes.
he's overrated, but he gets the volume,
Yeah.
and that's why.
You know what's funny is you say overrated. He's actually he's very underrated in the
No,
fact that
he's
you
not.
look at his numbers
Yeah.
and you're thinking that he's overrated. But when you watch the games, they don't utilize him like he should. So he can actually be a better playmaker.
Yeah, but
And it's a shame.
So I mean, all right,
I got that drop.
you
I don't
know,
know if you guys
doesn't
noticed.
really matter.
We did on your first attempt.
I'm looking for
he's
like
looking
praise.
He's a great. He's a great shooter. They just don't let him shoot the ball. All right, well,
And-
that's nice.
But I mean that right. So that's the conundrum. But so I'm saying he's not. What did you say? Overvalued or Overrated.
Well, probably overvalued is better.
I like him. I think he's a solid running back. I wouldn't go any further than that.
I'm with you.
But I do think he's going to get 25 touches every game.
To be fair, there are reservations selecting him in a draft because of the point in which he goes.
Yeah.
So he goes at that back end of that running back tear off the front.
Right.
Right. So he's getting drafted ahead of Kareem Hunt. So
Yeah.
we kind of highlighted this last week. He's at that fringe where he's getting drafted right before Kareem Hunt and right around probably your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th best wide receivers coming off the
Yeah,
board.
and I would draft him ahead of Kareem Hunt just on sheer volume.
So going with that, there are 2 studs, right? So there are the 2 givens. Brings into question receiving matchup, Mooney, Kmet, who's the next man up there, and also a backfield next man up, which seemed until recent that it was solid Tariq Cohen, right? Coming back off an injury, explosive player. He's loved in Chicago.
Yeah.
But then they go out and they sign Dame Dash, who opted out last season after blowing up in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl the year before. And then hearing the stories that Tariq Cohen is hobbled during this first mandatory minicamp, walking around in a boot, not partaking in drills. So you wonder, did they go out and get Dame Dash because
They knew the injury.
they knew something was up with Tariq Cohen?
Yeah. And I mean, the league was high on Williams, like you said, the year before. He didn't really break out until the end, but going into that year's draft, people were taking him pretty high.
Yeah, that's fair. I just think. I mean, do you know what kind of deal he got?
Who Dame? No, I don't. But I know that they're bringing him in.
Well, yeah,
Whereas-
sure. I like to sometimes just see what the numbers are. But
to try to figure out like how like his importance ranking.
yeah, I mean, I always like follow the money is what I say.
So-
But him with Cohen, I mean, yeah, it's probably a depth thing. I mean, but if Cohen's healthy, I'm not saying he's going to be, but if and when he is, I see Williams as being more of a threat to Montgomery than to Cohen.
Signed to $1.5 million.
Yeah, so
So
not
yeah,
a big
I mean,
So I think they bring him in. I think they bring him in because of the fact that Cohen is coming off the injury,
And
they
that's-
don't know what they have.
That's exactly why they're bringing him in because he's got a very similar game. He's your shifty back out of the backfield that can catch the ball.
I think Cohen's a lot better though. But I mean,
I'm
if
telling
Cohen's
you-
healthy, I think he's got a foothold on that spot. in
I'm
the
telling
offense.
you, this to me, there wouldn't even be a question who's the next man up in Chicago prior to about a month and a half ago when all these reports started coming out that Cohen's not as healthy as he should be. Because I do think that Cohen is super dynamic and he would have been that next man up, but now I have questions. Out of the 100 and some odd teams that I have Cohen probably on 70 of my teams.
Yeah. So
Now
who
I'm
you-
getting him as like my running back 6, but still he's there for depth because
Yeah.
he's not going. And I'm obviously a little partial and high on him. You know, think about it. We all love our team, so we know our guys, right? We know that we're going to get them ahead of other people that don't place, any value on them. So take those two out of the equation. I think the next man up actually comes out of the next tandem. Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet.
Okay, and I think you're going to make a case for which one do you feel like this is the one you draft?
Personally,
yes, personally.
Kmet. I'm going Kmet ahead of Mooney because first off, I know
Tell us what Tara would take.
I know, I know where they're going abouts in the drafts, and they're both going relatively low. But I think that Kmet is going to be more important to the actual play calling than Darnell Mooney. So Kmet's going to have drawn up plays for him, whereas Mooney's not going to have as many. But in a best ball situation, when you're looking for your last receiver to roster, Mooney's a great dude to put up there. But if we're talking target-wise, I think Kmet wins the target share out of these two guys, and I think Kmet's going to be a pretty big piece of this offense, especially if they bring in the rookie quarterback early on.
That's fair.
So what do you get? So what do you think?
I think I like Kmet a lot. I think it's going to depend on if we get to like the third week in August and Cohen's healthy or not healthy. If he's healthy, I would take him as my next man up. I just think what he gives that offense, especially if you have the young guy back there, and they could get a little bit more creative. I just think the upside is too much to put Kmet. I think Kmet's talented, but I just don't know. With Graham still in the fold, and
that's my
we're not
issue.
really factoring him in as a guy that we really want to roster, but he's still going to take some red zone targets away.
Well, and I think you're 100% right. I mean, they signed him to a 2-year, $16 million contract, Jimmy Graham. Ridiculous.
The dude should have walked
Yeah.
off, man. That was the perfect play to walk
Ridiculous.
off on.
Well, why
Yes.
would he walk
Order-
away from 16?
$8 million bucks this year.
He
Right,
don't.
yeah.
He don't need money like that.
Okay.
Here's
That's
the deal.
nice.
They could have cut him. There was a way to cut him this year and not pay hardly any of that money, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that scares me a little bit because I do think that Jimmy Graham's going to be there around the goal line. So Kmet might get the volume, the 80.
between the 20s,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that scares me a little bit. I like Mooney for his upside. I think he's going to be I think Mooney can get close to kind of what T. Higgins had last year. 67 receptions, maybe 900 yards, and a decent amount of touchdowns. So I would probably go Mooney because I just don't trust Tariq to stay healthy. And I'm not as convinced that he's the clear-cut better player than Williams. Williams is old. He's been in the league 7 years, 29, so he's definitely on his downside. But similar styles, and he tended to stay healthy when he was in.
So you're taking Mooney?
I'd go Mooney first, and then I would go Kmet, and then I would go Tariq.
All right. Well,
So
move on to the Vikings, and there's a cupboard's bare here as far as next man up. We already know our studs here, Mr. Delvin Cook, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson. And who are we talking about after that?
Do we even have to talk about the rest of the NFC North or insignificant?
No, I think
yes,
we do.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, it's a shit show, but yeah.
I
It
mean,
is a shit show. After
know.
Chicago, it's just all downhill.
is it really downhill? Because I
Yeah.
would
The
say
Vikings, I mean, have better skill players for sure. But
No.
that Packers made it to the
no,
championship
did
2
you
years
just
in a
say
row.
no? Come on.
Yeah, this is what's crazy. Delvin Cook, Montgomery, who's better?
The fact that you have to think about this is ridiculous.
Jefferson, Robinson.
Robinson.
No.
I think it's a debate.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't think
debate.
that's as clear as
Robinson.
The guy's done it 1 year, Rocky.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
he's
give
up,
you,
all right?
Obviously,
He
Cook,
probably has a girlfriend, so
but-
Robinson is pedestrian. I'm just going to say he's done a lot. He's not
pedestrian. How do you call somebody that gets
Pedestrian.
14 looks a game pedestrian?
pedestrian? I'm just saying.
all right, so the Vikings. We're really talking about Irv Smith here, right? I know you have an argument for somebody else.
No,
It's just, we're reaching a little bit, but
Dude,
Irv Smith.
I was hard pressed to come up with guys,
Yeah.
quite honestly.
I do think Irv Smith showed some promise, right? I
Yeah.
think they like him there, so maybe he's a guy that figures in a little bit more this year.
The thing that scares me is that same promise was on Irv Smith last year with Kyle Rudolph there.
That's
now,
fair, yeah.
Now I know they let Kyle Rudolph walk, and hopefully hopefully now they've seen enough where they're like, all right, Irv, you finally get it, let's do it.
Yeah.
But I was hard pressed to find guys because I would say out of almost probably the entire NFL, I think the Vikings probably utilized the same three guys more than any team in the league.
Which is why those guys are fought after in draft. In the drafts.
Yeah.
The last year, I think third in wide receiver receptions was BC Johnson with 14, I think. So, I mean, they're very Jefferson, Thielen
And
heavy.
I tell you what, for fantasy, this is what kind of offense you want. So you're just doing them yourself now?
Come on. I love Thielen. Come on. I mean, I really like Thielen.
Yeah, I like
do.
Thielen,
I
too.
like
We
the
can
guy.
tell.
Great White Hope.
I know he's a little bit older.
He's definitely hoping that we sing this song, too, by the
Yeah,
way.
I'm not
you hear
doing
that?
it.
He's taking vocal lessons.
Let him sit out there on the ledge.
Gonna
No,
sing
I'm
it
all
with
right.
me?
It's like that.
I thought we were best friends here. I thought we were in the trust. Thought we were in the trust tree. here.
Listen, you didn't talk. Well, why didn't you talk to us about it before the show?
I can't hit my low registry like that.
Why
I'm
don't we
more of the
talk
high. I'm the high guy.
Oh, that was your
Hooked
voice
on
back.
a
I-
feeling.
See, he's got it right there.
I got the high.
What
That's what I'm
was
saying.
that?
That's
You
the
got-
high registry.
You got three-part harmony right
Hooked on
there.
a feeling.
Hooked
That
on a
was pretty good, too.
feeling.
Better.
It's pretty good.
Better than this.
Pretty good. I didn't
Well,
say
it
better.
should be.
Pretty good. I said.
All right, so let's stop.
I don't have a mixtape.
Sorry, do you want to talk
Should be
about either
better.
one of these guys, Madison or
No.
Blow Johnson?
Skip.
Well, no, I think you had a good point. So here's why we like Madison, and I think here is why Madison should be on a lot of teams in a lot of leagues. He's one play away from being a real big deal.
Spitting truth
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, because we know that they use Cook like crazy. And Madison, honestly, he's not Cook, but he has a similar skill set. He can catch and he can run.
He filled in, 2 seasons ago, right?
Yeah.
Dalvin was injured. He
Yeah.
had a significant injury, and Madison, that's what put Madison on the board.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the fact that his name is Alexander Madison, like Alexander Hamilton, it's kind of rhymes. But
That's a stretch.
That's a reach.
you think that he has a possibility of getting a fair amount of receptions because there's not many, nothing much up.
So I think this is
having a stroke.
Just
so just spitballing off the top of my head. I think this is year 3 for Madison, right? So like wide receivers, year 3 is make or break, right? So I think they've seen enough out of him in an understudy role and in an explosive role with plays drawn around him the first 2 seasons that they're like, you know what? We don't have a clear-cut third wide receiver. Yeah. Let's start to sprinkle Madison in a bunch of plays. Now, this is a gut feeling. This is not based on any kind of evidence whatsoever. But I do think that Alexander Madison is going to be a little bit bigger of a deal in this offense than he was in previous seasons, aside from an injury. And, if an injury happens to Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, holy shit, he'll be if he was passed over in leagues, which he shouldn't be, will be the first dude off the waiver wire, and people will be spending all their free agent bucks on him.
Well, and even last year and the year before, he had basically 100 rushes in the last 2 years. I thought he was about to make fun of me.
I was going to. I'll wait.
But I mean, basically 100
Oh, wait.
rushes in each of the last 2 seasons as the backup running back. There's a lot of teams where you get to about 150, you're probably the starter.
Are we still talking about the Vikings?
Yeah, we are. But that's it. I'm done with them. So.
Rocky had his stats zoomed in like,
Oh, yeah.
you know those controls you get from like Dollar Tree for
like
old
this.
people?
Like this. Why not? Why? Listen. Listen, most people feel this way. Bigger's better. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
Bigger's better. I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
All right, so we're gonna move on to the Detroit Lions.
They can see that from the satellite
America's
images.
favorite team to not watch on Thanksgiving.
Well, it's kind of the favorite team to
you brought that back
lose.
in.
Yeah, to lose on Thanksgiving because they lose a lot.
Man, what a franchise with some great players, though. Some great dynamic players. Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders, people that you love to watch on Thanksgiving. Herman Moore. This year, I could give two shits about watching on Thanksgiving, so bingo.
I mean, we do like Mr. DeAndre Swift.
We do.
We're not talking about him today.
I think you like him a lot more than even most, but I do like him.
Well, you were trying to trade for him.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Okay.
Why not?
Shut up.
Rocky tries to trade everybody every day.
Rocky's a classic bullshitter. Okay. He's gonna talk down guys that he's trying to trade me for. So he thinks that he's gonna influence me.
Dude, this is how bad.
Don't you understand? You can't do that.
This is how bad his addiction to trading is.
I can't.
No, you can't.
I think I can't.
You can't. I literally listen to nothing.
I gave
say.
you a legitimate trade offer.
The first trade offer was a joke.
Yeah, but I always throw the crap.
But
and
see,
then
then
you come back with.
You sully the waters because then I don't even want to talk to you about a trade after you.
He does, man. After you and Josh, told me about how he tries to pump his guys up and then hit you down below.
Today,
big pumper.
Today in Mark's, the league that Mark loves, I earned some respect.
Does he love?
I earned some respect. I made two trades.
I think he's borderline obsessed with his league.
Dude, tell me that league isn't ridiculous though. That league's a great all-around league.
I think when you say ridiculous, he would agree with you, but probably not the same sentiment.
All right, so let me tell you
you're
how
a bunch of degenerates, if we're being honest.
Speaking of degenerates, let me tell you what a trade degenerate this guy is.
Degenerates.
This guy can't stop trading, dude. He is addicted.
That's
to
all
trades.
he does.
He's sending me 6th-round picks for garbage on my taxi squad. Like this guy just wants to trade.
No. He's a classic foreplay guy.
For
sure.
Hey, I was trying to send him. I was trying to get Greedy. He wants me to take Greedy Williams, who he's going to cut.
Yeah,
I know he's going to cut. He wants a pick. Mm-hmm. Come on, am I stupid?
Well, hey, either you give me your 6th-round pick or you fight for him on the waiver wire.
Nobody's going to fight for Greedy Williams.
I'm going to get him for
$1, and that's going to be it.
We have another dude in that league whose name is Dog Pound.
Yeah.
So that's another Browns fan.
We've talked. We're friends.
I know. You're the only two Browns fans.
Rocky reached out.
America's team.
He's a good human being.
All right. Anyway, so the Lions, we're talking about...
we're talking about...
Who are we talking about?
So we're going to talk about the wide receivers. Who are you going with? Are we going with Ty Williams?
We mentioned Swift. Hawkinson is the other.
Oh, yeah. Swift and Hawkinsons are for sure.
They're for sure.
Who can you guys get me excited about here?
Tyrell Williams, Rashard Perryman, or Amarius?
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra
St. Brown. Yeah, Amon-Ra.
The only one I'm excited about is Amon-Ra St. Brown, but it's only because of the unknown.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I like Ty Williams.
Ty Williams. Yeah, I am, because Ty, he had 2 good seasons with a lot of promise. Now, we haven't heard from him in a while. Signed a big contract with Las Vegas. Got hurt. But I think he's got speed. He's got decent size, good hands. I think he might be the #1 receiver. Now, maybe that's not going to be a
big deal, but I mean,
he could be a good 2nd or 3rd receiver on the team.
They are going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I think he really his 2 good seasons came with
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers, but Keenan Allen. Yeah. I think that's an attestment to how good Keenan Allen is and how he's constantly overlooked in the first portions of drafts.
So I agree with you. Keenan Allen is overlooked, but it's more because he's not a touchdown guy most years.
Yeah, but holy shit, his volume's crazy. And I think Tyrell Williams, almost like what was his name, Alvin Harper with Michael Irvin. I think Tyrell Williams got those overlooks, because Keenan Allen was already at 18 targets and 14 receptions, and then Tyrell Williams went off, and then he signs that huge contract with the Raiders, and then a bust, and now he's trying to rejuvenate his
a bust, but he was hurt.
Yeah.
So that's why he was a bust. I think here you're going to have Perryman, who honestly has done pretty well for a couple teams. Not great, but pretty well.
He's an amazing. He hasn't been great, but yeah.
Well, he's an amazing stretcher. He has the speed. That's really what he has. I think he's going to spread the field. He's going to allow Tyrell to actually get underneath and get some volume, and then I think he can do.
It's a crapshoot, if we're being honest. But
It's a
I think
crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
to me, he's the best bet.
Somebody's
at least this
catching
year.
the ball.
Yeah.
Right? And I think TJ, that's why maybe we're higher on TJ this year, because somebody's catching the ball. And
Are they, though? I mean, it's Jared Goff. I mean, good Lord. That just seems like a
poor
shit
guy.
show.
He went to the Super Bowl.
I like that guy.
He's the last Chicago Bear quarterback to go to the Super Bowl. Rex Grossman? Come on, man. The way you throw these insults at quarterbacks and thinking like your team. It's. I mean, you don't even
Dude,
make
you
that
had,
shit on.
you had successful Trent Dilfer as your quarterback.
Yeah, listen. You can say whatever you want about Eli
Manning
Manning.
was awful.
Trent
Ironclad.
Dilfer got him,
Awful is that makes me know that you don't even watch football. That's
Your
what we
def-
call South Jersey bias.
Your defense,
Yeah,
your
okay.
defense won
Our
you
defense?
championships.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Do you think that, all joking aside, I know we're back to the Bears for a second, but
Oh,
do
no,
you
come
think
on.
that Fields could be your greatest quarterback ever?
Anybody that gets signed to the team could be their greatest quarterback ever.
Andy Dalton could be the greatest
dude, you
He
quarterback.
guys-
is on paper the best quarterback they've ever had.
Dude, Sid Luckman, come on, man.
All right.
Come on.
Nobody even remembers who that is. So
Let's go to the Packers, because this has got...
you want me to bring up
Played before.
Otto Graham?
Yeah.
I love
Okay,
Otto.
You
nobody.
should.
I'm just
These
saying,
guys deserve
yeah,
respect.
I know that, but
Wait, stop.
what?
Don't you dare.
I'm just saying.
Otto
Nobody,
Graham
they're
is
not
a
in the public consciousness. Nobody talks about
Graham
them.
is a saint.
saint of a man. Yes. It's a saint.
All right, we done with the Lions?
We're
Please,
talking about the
Christ's sake.
Packers. They have the best name in the NFL, I think.
Fudge Packers.
No, the
Okay.
Equanimous.
Oh, the
St.
player.
Brown.
Well, they also had Haha.
Esquemius.
They do. They have a ha-ha.
Do they still have? They don't.
No,
No, I said
dude,
they
Ha-Ha's
had.
been gone
I said
for
they had.
forever.
How did ha-ha get named?
I don't know, Rocky. Tread lightly.
No, I'm saying, but like,
This-
I honestly wondered.
Maybe he popped out and they laughed. I don't know.
That's what I like. Was a mistake? Like they're
Well, they
like-
could have fixed it.
He looks like your grandpa.
They
ha-ha.
probably-
And then it was like on the thing, and that was it.
So how I picture it is they're there. The notary comes in. They're like, all right, what do you name your child? They have the birth certificate, and the parents are probably like, Esquemius, and they went, ha ha, and it's Ha Ha Clinton Dix.
Wow.
Yeah, that's see.
I tied two in together.
I didn't think it
I
could get.
tried-
I didn't think it could
I-
get
listen,
that white
I
in here, but it
tried
did.
to- together.
I love, and honestly, I have loved Equanimous St. Brown from college.
It's Esquemius.
I liked watching him play. I think he's got some talent.
This is
We're
a
going to
strong
talk
bit.
about him compared to Amari, right? Amari Rogers, who's a rookie, and
Is that right?
yeah, Marquez
Valdez Scantling.
right?
What is it with them and the receivers with the funny names?
Oh, they got him.
They're doing that shit to piss off Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Because they almost picked Aaron Rodgers to receive the
Did I
ball from
really
Aaron
leave the
Rodgers.
last letter off of two names, or did somebody erase the last
What's
letter?
the last letters? Nobody could see that but you.
I know.
Yes, he has Equanimous St. Brow.
St. Brow
And that's probably you.
and A. Roger.
that was definitely Roger.
So, who are you guys out of these three? Who
I
are
have
you guys
no
going?
idea.
I know.
I really could say honestly, I have no idea.
You have to go Marquez because he's a known commodity.
That's who I would. Yeah.
Oh, we're leaving out Alan Lazard too. There you go, another name for the stable there.
I still go MVS. Would be the only guy. I mean, AJ Dillon we can mention here. I think just nothing here.
I think you. Well,
There might be something here, but
there's
how
a
do we
lot
know?
here.
It's just
there's a lot here. Honestly,
It's just
they
about
got
how
a
you.
quarterback that's probably going to be drafted in the first 5 quarterbacks. They got
Yeah.
a receiver that'll be drafted in the first 2 or 3 receivers.
Uh-huh.
They got a running back that's probably a top 10 running back.
Yes.
So that means their backups aren't as good.
A tight end that's going early as well.
That's right. Yeah, and especially after last year. I'm drafting Dillon and stashing him, again, hoping that either there's a
Probably
timeshare
your
that
best
works
bet.
or that Aaron goes out, gets hurt, and Dillon
Yeah.
comes in.
maybe MVS and best ball, but
Yeah.
I tell you what,
besides that,
this all hinges on one thing. If Aaron Rodgers isn't there, it's not even worth talking about, honestly, because I don't think Jordan Love is going to be able to pump the ball into these guys. Jordan Love is going to be so Devontae Adams devoted that I don't even think any of these other guys
did you do
matter.
that on purpose? Devontae Adams, Devontae devoted.
And you
I'm asking you.
You underappreciate and undervalue me.
You're probably right.
I don't
But
know.
you did take me 5th, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. This show has not worked out like I thought it was going to this episode.
No, I mean it's
Not
good.
one of our best.
No, I think it's great.
It's funny, but it's not one of our best.
This is
There's
fantastic.
not a lot here. We're
Yeah.
picking the bones.
There really isn't a lot here with this division.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why you start off with Chicago. You start off with the steak, and then we get to the goddamn dog food down below. That's awful.
I mean, we're doing it because we're doing our divisional series, right?
Yeah, what do you
but
want
we
us to
should
do?
have started with the dog food first.
All right, well, why don't you give us these bright ideas before the show, okay?
America's team is last.
Let's get divisional. That's what we're doing. We're getting
Oh, my
divisional.
God.
You
He's
understand?
just- at least we could hear it.
Yeah, come on.
I respect that.
Body talk.
See,
I'm
that
not
was
doing
worth it right
this.
there. So, true story. Phil says he never heard that song because he was.
No, I didn't say that.
No, he said he was too busy
No, I
listening
didn't
to
say that.
hard music. You know, like
I didn't say any of that.
Kiss.
This is a lie.
you did. What did you say?
I said I didn't see the video.
"Oh wow, you saw the video."
You saw the
Oh,
video.
okay. Well, maybe I didn't. I was 6 and I don't remember. But
That's
what do you want me to say?
Dude, it's in your browser history.
Yeah, your dad
Why?
probably was watching it.
I don't know why it's there. I don't know these things. Maybe you have a thing for sweat socks and leggings. I don't know.
He's gonna watch it tonight, is what I.
I have to go watch it. How do I not watch it after this?
You're going to fall in love.
I know who she is.
6-year-old you is going to fall in love.
I
I'm
doubt
just
it.
saying.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do anything else with this show. Hey, one thing I do want to say. The last couple of weeks, our subscribers has jumped up like crazy, which we really appreciate it. Our views are jumping up like crazy. We
It's about
appreciate
damn
it.
time.
Yeah, no, it did take you guys. Thank you. We appreciate it. It's taken a long time for you to realize the brilliance that is right here.
Thank you. We are humbled. We do appreciate
Something
it.
to behold.
But it's about damn time.
Yeah, it's something to behold. At the very least, I mean, what are you doing, guys? Listen, watch, laugh.
You know what? You said something last week that,
Drink
that
some bourbon.
struck a chord with me. You know,
Did it?
this is, even if we don't hit it big, this is a hobby for me. This is fun, man. I look forward to Thursday nights.
And they're playing you off stage.
Yeah, I am. I'm
Next to the
with
stage,
Big
like-
Hook.
You guys, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on Instagram, give us your feedback, any questions you have. We're going to start going live here soon. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Peace.